Hello and welcome to another episode of Cake Fight Presents The Making Of. I'm writer, director, producer Paige Feldman, and this week, as every week, I'm taking you inside my process of making my debut feature film. We're going from idea to premiere in real time. Happy 2023, everybody! It's the new year, which means time to set goals and refocus and get stuff done, right? Except this past year, I haven't gotten as much stuff done as I wanted to. In fact, I'm kind of in the same place I was last year at this time. So if you've been with me for a while, you're all aware that this series used to be called Cake Fight Presents The Making of Kaleidoscope, about a feature that I wrote called Kaleidoscope. It was a time travel, time loop rom-com. Very cool idea, but the first draft was like over 200 pages, and I just couldn't get my head around what the core of the story should be. So I switched to this contained romantic comedy feature. And I wrote a draft, I've done a rewrite, it's still over long, and that's kind of where I was at the same time last year, but with Kaleidoscope. I need to make a change. I need to do more. I need to be more. I need to be better. And I have a trick. I have something I've been putting off for a while that it's really difficult to do, but once I do it, and doing it itself is simple, but just like the mental hurdle is difficult, but once I do it, I can accomplish basically whatever I want, whatever I've set out to do, it's gonna happen, because it's gonna be real embarrassing if I don't. And if you've seen some of my videos, you'll see this little board behind me, this letter board, which I used, I did this like free poetry event as a promo for my crowdfunding campaign for Interrobang, my short form comedy anthology. And I haven't updated this board in a while, but this board is going to be a key part of this method. I'll show you what I mean at the end, but I want to talk about first what I want to do as far as goals for 2023. And my goals are the same, again, as last year, as when I was doing Kaleidoscope. And that is to make a proof of concept short and start connecting with investors so that next year I can be full steam ahead on actually making the feature. So a proof of concept short is a short film that is meant to entice people, especially investors, producers, anyone who has any power whatsoever to help you make your movie, into giving you money or support to do it. It's meant to be something that's going to make people want to see more of the story that you're going to tell. It's supposed to be a teaser, in a way, for your script. And there's two versions of this proof of concept short. The first version is making a mini trailer. You can actually, shoot a trailer for your script, for this film that hasn't been finished yet, that hasn't been made yet. You can shoot a trailer for it and then send that to investors. Or you can do the second thing, which is the thing that I'm going to be doing and choosing to do, because it does have multiple uses, I guess. And that is making a short film inspired by your feature. Now, this does not mean turning your feature and telling the entire story of your feature in a short film. No, it means finding the key character relationships and highlighting them in a story that is a microcosm of your film as a whole. Now, what this proof of concept short can do for you as a filmmaker is give you a mode of marketing. It is something you can send off to anyone who could possibly help you make your film via money or their influence or connections, and give them a short, digestible idea of what your film is going to be about without them having to read the script. It will probably entice them to read the script if you do it correctly. And the reason that has tipped me over the edge from doing a trailer to doing a proof of concept short that's an actual short film that can stand on its own is the fact that I can do this blind email query and send it off to everyone and their mother who I know, and I can submit the short into a film festival, into multiple film festivals, where it can get exposure, it can get play, it can get laurels, and then the proof of concept is not just, I'm going to entice you to watch this, it's, I'm enticing you to watch this, and also other people have already seen it and love it. And that is something that people in Hollywood love, finding something that's already been validated so that they have somebody to blame if it goes belly up. And as a former exec, I know this is a reality. So proof of concept short, that's my goal for this year, and I'm serious. I was serious last year, but this year, even though I didn't get everything accomplished I wanted to get accomplished last year, I feel like I learned so much last year from switching films in the middle of the whole process. I now know what my story's about. I am confident and set on this contained romantic comedy feature. Because of that, Because of this confidence, I know that I can get this proof of concept done this year, but I have so much work ahead of me. First of all, I need to have the script itself, the feature script, in good condition. Because when I make this proof of concept short, I want it to be a true microcosm of the feature that I'm making. Second, I need a title. That's really important because the title for the short should be a title for the feature. They should be interchangeable or very similar. But because this is a marketing tool, the same title makes sense because we don't want to give any doubt that I am making a feature version of this short that I'm producing. Then I also need to write the script for the short itself, figure out what scenes I want to include, what pieces are the most enticing and the most interesting for its own self-contained story that has to be under 10 minutes long. Because if I want to get this into festivals, the 7 to 8 minute sweet spot for a short film, that's where this needs to be. This needs to be tight. It needs to be a romantic comedy in under 10 minutes. And then obviously we have the logistics of production, the fundraising, the hiring of crew, the finding of locations, the casting, the coordinating schedules, the pre-production meetings, the rehearsals, all of this stuff. I love it, but it's a lot of work. So it's not just that I have to get 2 scripts ready to go, it's that I have to get the entire production of a short film ready to go. So a lot of work ahead of me. But like I said, there is one simple thing that I can do, that you can do yourself if you're struggling with this, if you can relate so hard to not having done everything you wanted to do in 2022 and wanting to rectify that in 2023, and you don't know how to just make your film, this is how you do it. It is super simple and super scary, and it involves that board that I showed you earlier. And I've done this for every project I've successfully completed, everything that I've been so proud of. Interrobang, How to Fall in Love the Hard Way, my audio series, books I've written, everything. The thing that I do and the thing that if you want to complete your stuff in 2023 that you should do too is this. Choose a start date and tell everyone. That's it. Choose a date where you can realistically start, where you're going to realistically start, and tell everybody you know. It sounds simple. It's really simple, but it's also terrifying because you're making a commitment, and you're making a commitment out loud to other people. Because the thing is, when you start telling people that you're doing it, they're going to want to help. When I did this during Interrobang, one of my friends said, "Oh, you want to start shooting in August? I'm actually moving to a new condo in August. How about I refrain from decorating and you guys can take over the spare bedrooms and use that for one of the scenes. You can use my attic for another scene. You can use my living room." I got a free location because I chose a start date and I told my friend. People will come out of the woodwork to ask to read your script maybe. They might ask you if they can contribute money. I crowdfunded for Interrobang, and part of the crowdfunding was saying, here's the start date for my crowdfunding campaign. Come donate in the first week. It's really important. All of this magic happens when you choose a date and commit and make sure everybody around you knows that you're committed. Because people want to support you. They want to see you do amazing things, and I do too. So if you have a project, a movie, a book, an art show, whatever you are doing, whatever creative work you're doing, if you have a project that you've been putting off and you've been wanting to do and you don't know how to even start, here it is. This is what you do. You choose the date that it's going to happen, and then you tell everyone. And so if you are going to be doing this, if you have a start date, drop it in the comments. I want to see your start date. I want to know what it's for. You know, maybe we can help each other out, because obviously I'm going to tell you my start date right now. That's what that little board's for. So drum roll, please. September 1st. That's right. On Friday, September 1st, 2023, I will be driving out to the desert to start production on my contained romantic comedy features proof of concept short. At this point in the future, this whole, the whole script will have been about a year in the making from when I earnestly started working on it. So please, everyone, hold me to that, because I don't want to start 2024 with regrets about how little progress I've made. And if you have a project, a film, a book, an art show, whatever, that you want to make a reality, drop your start date in the comments. Let everybody know when you're going to start to make that thing, to tell that story that you just cannot keep inside you anymore. I will be here cheering you on and holding you to the date, and I hope you do the same for me. So thank you so much for watching, and tune in next week for more Cake Fight Presents The Making Of, because to make this a reality, I gotta start rewriting like right now.